Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Turgon the Wise, bringing a new video to you today. Today is the 1st of October, so if you wanted to be woken up when September ends, wake up! Sorry, that's an old joke if you're an old person like me, and maybe you even might need to be an American to appreciate that joke. There's a song by an old band named Green Day. And famously, it's known for the line "Wake me up when September ends." So I was just making a silly reference there. If you understood that reference, there's a Captain America meme for you somewhere. At any rate, today we're going to do my 6-week update of my 16th season playing Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So we are now officially 42 days into the season. Oh, it's even in English today. That's hot. Mm. I am very confident that tonight at reset, which is going to occur in about 10 hours and 12 minutes from this moment, we will be receiving an 8-day season end countdown. I believe the season will be cut off at 50 days, and the cutoff will be next Wednesday at reset when it turns to Wednesday in UTC time, which for me is 8 p.m. my time in the US on the Eastern Coast. Excuse me while I have a little sip of coffee. So that's what I anticipate is going to happen. As of this moment, Order and Eilil still retain the ring in Dol Guldur. However, by the time I post this video, they will not. Needless to say, we will be taking this quite shortly. Let's go to the map. To the map. To the map. To the map. Map. Many things have happened, shifted, changed, evolved since my last video. So let me walk you through some of those changes. Initially, we came into this season with kind of an we don't want to do any Diplo attitude. However, after fighting 10 warbands for 5 weeks, we thought that our players deserved the best chance to win. So we also heard that some of our opponents were kind of getting tired of just throwing themselves against us and getting beaten. So we had some conversations and first um, made a non aggression pact with this blue kingdom here, the Hisp and Free Kingdom. And not everyone within that kingdom agreed with that choice. Um, the leader of Free is a person named VD, and were not part of that negotiation. And the leader from that team who was part of the negotiation, was after the agreement was made between Hisp and Free and us. They kicked that player from Free, and that player and his people then went and joined another team called Turd. Yeah, I shit you not, their name is Turd. So Hisp then dropped Free from their kingdom as their kingdom partner, and they have picked up Turd. So after that happened, the Red Kingdom, Bull and Dome, came to us and said, "Hey, we would also like a nap because we intend to go and fight. We need to be able to focus on fighting Hisp and Turd." And we said, "You know what? That sounds good." Then with these non-aggression pacts in place with these kingdoms, we can divert all of our team to the center of the map to focus on capturing Dol Guldur, which we have. However, it seems that everyone is kind of mad at the Hisp folks and going at them. So Free is attacking them from a couple of different angles, and then they're also fighting Bull Dome, and they're also fighting LCDR and RUSC. And it's been tough on them, especially with kind of, I don't think all 100 of their players are still active at this point in the season after, uh, fighting us for 5 weeks. So it's been rough going on them. As you can see, the Bull Dome Kingdom has just been steadily eating away at their lands. Let's go take a look now over here at this pin, which I believe is pretty close to their capital. Looks like they have successfully pushed them away from Kindland. All right, BlueStacks, you win. I know people keep recommending to me to use other software, but I really don't think it's going to help. Just because my computer is a potato. Yeah, there's still stuff all around here. The fortresses are complete, so it's looking like, any time here now, um, HISP may be losing their capital today. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Maybe even by the time I post this video, their capital will be gone and this kingdom, will no longer exist. It'll be all, once they lose their capital, the blue will just become, how it looks like over here, down here, where it's not part of a kingdom. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens, after we take the ring. Not sure what we're going to exactly do yet with the time that we have left in this season. As I said at the top of the video, I believe that the season will be over next Wednesday. So we have about 8 days left. Meanwhile, Ailil and Order is no longer even fighting in the center. They're out here working their way towards Grey Havens, I assume as their third capital, so that they can get second place season rewards. A bold move. This is what's left of our 35-day pin here in Lorien that used to be in the Undeeps. Undeeps, as you can see, is now ours. And let's take a look at some of the other pins here. We got 5.7 million dead, 17.5 million participants here in Menhiriath between Aped, Luna, Neon, and Theo. So they're all having a good time out here fighting, but Ailil is just, working their way towards taking the Grey Havens, which wisely is not the Apes' cap. So as soon as they lose this, they don't lose their kingdom. It'll just shift over to here. So I guess they foresaw this. Smart. And we'll see what happens from here. There's a lot. There's a lot happening, and there's still a lot of ways things can go. 3.7 million here. Fighting in SAV has really died down as LCDR and RUSC have been basically pouring their forces through North Ravanian to attack HISP and Turd. So that's the map. That's what's going on. That's what's happened with the diplomacy. And we'll see how things play out, the rest of the way. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboards, as is my weekly update custom. Personal production here. There's no real surprises, not really any huge changes here. Here's the merit. Again, not really any surprises or huge changes here. Fellowship contribution. Ours might tick up a little bit as we're preparing, taking DG is going to impact this. We'll get an extra 2,000. So this 2.3 million should shoot up to about 2.5, 2.2 to 2.4. Just to kind of walk down the list, you can see HISP has really been getting eaten at. And there's where Turd and Free sit as well. It's interesting to see so many teams. I mean, haven't seen really a lot of these teams down here, but there is just a ton of little teeny teams on this server. I gotta say, overall, this is the most diverse and active server I have seen in quite a long time. And given all the changes to the game that have occurred over the last, over the course of the last, year, it's encouraging to see this much activity on a season. Granted, not everyone is happy with the outcome, but that's normal. I mean, everyone's competitive and passionate about the game, so I think that's pretty normal. Contribution wise, we got a bunch of people with like 8 million merit, which we saw from the merit board. Um, but if you go down the list, I mean, the merit board cuts off at the top 100. But if you just keep going all the way down, I mean, there's seven more, Jesus, almost 80 people with 3 million. That's insane. And you keep going down the list, and how many people have 2 million? 123. I mean, these people might be a touch below 2 million if they siege a lot. And for 1 million, it's basically the whole kingdom. 169 players around the 1 million mark. Again, if they've did a lot of siege, these players might be just a touch below a million. But overall, I mean, the whole kingdom has been active and fighting. So it's been an exciting season, uh, and honestly really happy with it. And why wouldn't I be? Because the outcome is going to be, you know, everyone who plays this game, like I said, is competitive and wants to win. So I'm happy to hopefully be bringing home the gold for our kingdom here this season. With 8 days to go, it's anyone's guess what could happen. Um, but and I'm just assuming we have 8 days to go. Um, we'll see. So we'll see tonight in 10 hours from pretty much this very moment. Whether or not we get that countdown. I would be very surprised if we don't. I was honestly a little bit surprised after reset on Sunday when we didn't get it because I was expecting a 10-day countdown then. I'm kind of used to seeing 10-day countdowns, but maybe we get the 8-day countdown. And that really basically wraps up my video for today. Sorry for the long pause there. Um, I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch my videos. It's pretty short and sweet this week. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of, reports, and I don't want to talk today about, what the impact of the changes that were deployed last week has had on the meta or anything like that. I'm going to do that in a separate video, maybe in a few days. We'll see. I want to see kind of how things continue to develop after we take DG and potentially other surrounding regions. I want to see what happens in the east here with this Bull Dome, HISP, Turd free situation. I want to see how things continue to develop with ILIL Order and Apes. And maybe I'll try to come back with kind of another video in a few days here on Thursday or Friday. Um, just to check in one last time. If we get the countdown, I would like to do one more check in because, a week from today, a week and 10 hours from today, if the season is ending, then I'm not doing a week 7 recap. I'm doing a season 16 recap, and that's two very different things. So, that's all I have for today. So, like I said, thank you for those who have tuned in and taken the time to watch my video. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and your support. If you have questions, comments, leave them down below. I do my best to answer them uh, as time allows. Sometimes I have the time, sometimes I don't. I hope if I don't respond to your comment that you don't feel ignored. Sometimes, honestly, some of the questions I receive, I don't know if it's really appropriate for me to answer them in the middle of the season. Um, some things I rather just maybe not address altogether because, yo, awkward turtle and all that. Hope you can respect my decisions at any rate. So, it's been fun, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, and I hope the rest of the day and week treats everyone well. Best of luck to all of the competitors on this server and around the game. So that's all I have for today. Turgon the Wise signing off. Take care and stay well, my friends. Cheers.